Hi, this is Chet from Avion Technology. We are a Chicagoland-based web design development company. We are a digital agency based in the Chicagoland area. We do these little 5-minute snippets every day to educate essentially a non-technical, a non-geek audience about web design development and the technology world in general. A lot of our clients are small business owners who don't necessarily have a lot of knowledge about technology. So we do these 5-minute daily snippets to kind of educate them, just a little bit more. Uh, After the pandemic, I mean, even before the pandemic, but usually after the pandemic, uh, I don't think a small business owner has the liberty to say that they don't understand technology. I don't think anyone who's a working professional these days has the liberty to say that they don't understand technology, because technology is going to continue to have more and more of a central role in our professional lives going forward. So my hope and intention with these videos is that they become like a small education for you every day. Even if you watch these videos, over time you can educate yourself more about technology. So today's topic is actually project management tools. Uh, a lot of you, right, have managed project in some shape or form. Whether it's uh, repainting your house or managing your daughter's wedding. There's tons of things that we've done which can be classified as a project. And in all of these, one thing that stands out is the need to have one central repository of information. Because if all the information, some of it, if it is written on post-its, and if some of the information is on a notepad, and if some of the information is lying in an email, that basically spells disaster for the project, especially on projects where there's a lot of people involved and a lot of activities need to be coordinated to make sure that you hit a deadline. So from that perspective, having a great project management tool is probably the best place to start and the best place to ensure that your project will be successful. Um, so the first thing for you to remember is that project management tool is not necessarily for a technology project. It could be for any project. So let's say you're building a fence around your house, and that's a small project, and you need to go and get the fence, the hardwood from some place, and then you need to I don't know what's involved in building a fence, but I'm sure there's a lot of processes involved, and you have to go and source the raw material, and then you got to get it together, and probably you need a permission from your local city council. So there's different steps, there's different processes, and you need to follow them one after the other. Sometimes there's different individuals involved, and you need to get all these together, and at the end of it you need a specific outcome. So even that's a small project, and you could use one of these tools even for something like this. So today I'm going to talk about 4 project management tools that have worked really well for me. The first is Basecamp. Basecamp has been my savior in the last 15 years that I've been doing web design, web development. Basecamp really is the gold standard for project management. In fact, I think they were the pioneers. It's from a company called 37 Signals. They're based out of Chicago, and they were in fact the pioneers with a lot of these SaaS-based project management tools. Basecamp has the biggest thing about Basecamp is that it has an insanely small learning curve. So you can learn Basecamp in 3 minutes, and even your grade 3 son can learn Basecamp in 3 minutes. It's that easy. So it has like an insanely small learning curve. Number one. Number two, it has a very easy to use user interface. One of the trends that I see in a lot of SaaS platforms is towards complexity. So they try to make it more and more complex. Now, which is why Basecamp has always stood out for me, because over the last 15 years that I've known and seen Basecamp, they have not made it any more complex. In fact, they try to make it more and more simple and easier to use. So it has a very easy to use dashboard, a very easy learning curve. At the same time, it's a great collaboration tool. They have tons of space where you can upload files, have a discussion board, all these insanely different things. So if you are, if you need a very basic project collaboration tool for your project, look at Basecamp. The second one is Asana. I personally have not used Asana much, so I'm not the best person to comment about Asana. But from all the people who I've heard use it, they can't stop raving about it. The one thing I think about Asana is that you can manage multiple projects from a single dashboard, and I think that is what makes Asana, a hit amongst all its users. Again, just caveat emptor, I am not an Asana user myself. I use Basecamp, and I use the other two that I'm going to mention today. So the first is Basecamp, the second is Asana. The third one that I use and I like to use is Jira. So Jira actually is my favorite for quality assurance, right? So Jira is especially built keeping an agile project methodology in mind. So in Jira, when you have a project open in Jira, you can define it whether you want to do it in Kanban or Scrum, and you can write your user stories, and you can create an epic and legend and all that stuff. So if you are a Scrum master, right, or if you follow any kind of an agile methodology in your tech shop, Jira is probably the best tool for you to use. It keeps everything together, and from a quality assurance perspective, right, I like Jira because from a DevOps perspective, Jira has an extremely friendly dashboard. So again, if I had to rank it, Basecamp is for your lay person who doesn't know so much about technology. Asana is for a lot of times for your digital agency project coordinator who's managing multiple projects. Jira is for someone like a Scrum Master, right? They have a little bit of technical knowledge. They have knowledge about how to manage a Scrum or a Kanban process. So Jira is for them. The next is another one that I really like, which is Trello. Very simple. I almost call it Jira Lite. Trello has these little cards that you can create, and so within Trello you can create your own process. It follows a simple checklist kind of an approach. So for small web dev projects, so for complex projects, Jira actually works very well. But for simple projects, for projects that are not very complex, uh, Trello is like an amazing tool that you can try. You can create these small little cards, and through those you can create your own process, and you can create your own checklist-based, uh, process to ensure that your project gets delivered. Now, coming back, why do we need a project management tool? In the last 15 years, we at Avion we've done more than 700 projects, and we have seen that the more organized your project is, the more the chance of success, and that's a given. But secondly, the hardest part about a project is actually the end of the project, the time when you have to cross the T's and dot the I's. And at that time, having something like a Trello or something like a Jira, where you can create a punch list of all the pending items, ensures that both you and your client are on the same page in terms of what's involved to get this project off the finish line. Most disagreements in any project stem from miscommunication. And miscommunication about what? Miscommunication about what the end deliverables were. And if you have those end deliverables being recorded in some kind of a punch list format, like the way it is in Jira, the way it is in Trello, even the way it is in Basecamp with their to-do lists, that ensures that your project will be off, will get past the finish line, um, without any of the team members losing their sanity. So in a nutshell, that was my little talk today about project management tools. Please go and check out all of these. Basecamp, Asana, Jira, Trello. Get a free demo, and then you can kind of start using any one which you like, which kind of appeals to you. But definitely start using project management tools. They will make your projects easy, and as a corollary, they will also make your life easy. Thank you so much. Until the next time. And since it's Friday today, happy weekend, and see you on the other side of the week. Thanks. Bye-bye.